Okay. So, a big part of depression is negative thinking and negative thoughts. So, when you're depressed, this is what I think. When you're depressed, you are so used to bad things happening that your brain just like prepares you for the worst, and you start to learn to expect the worst in every situation. And this is what leads to negative thinking. And it's okay to have negative thinking, but it's not okay to have only negative thinking. So, excuse me, what you want to do is whenever you have a negative thought, always rebuff it with something positive. Always keep your options open. It's okay to assume the worst and prepare for the worst, but it's stupid to not consider other options or possibilities. Okay? So, an example would be, let's see. My husband is late. He's not answering the phone. He doesn't reply to my texts. He must be cheating on me. He must be with some super hot redhead in a hotel screwing right now. He doesn't love me anymore. No. Okay. That's kind of negative. That's kind of assuming the worst. So, it's okay to have that thought, but it's not okay to only have that thought. So make sure that you respond and rebuff that right away. You combat that with maybe he's stuck in traffic. Maybe he's just engrossed in his work and forgot to call me. Maybe he just went out with the guys and didn't think to text me. Just other possibilities. Another example would be, I'm trying to think. Like, today I went to the doctor and I still had a cough and the doctor was worried about me. And she wanted me to get a chest x-ray. And right away I'm like, oh my God. She kept asking me if I smoke, and I'm like, no, I don't smoke. And right away I'm like, oh my God, I have lung cancer and I'm going to die, and I need to figure out if I'm going to even tell anyone I have it, who I'm going to tell. Like, I'm to the point where I'm like planning my freaking funeral and I haven't even gotten the lab results back. Like, okay. So, I went through that whole thought process, And like I said, that's okay. You can have those thoughts. You can think negative. Think negative all you want. But what I did was, after I had that, I'm like, okay, that's one possibility. But what if I just have pneumonia? Or maybe I have nothing at all. Maybe my x-rays are just going to come back normal. Maybe I just have COPD. It doesn't mean that I have lung cancer and that I'm going to die. Oh, and by the way, at my funeral, I want to play Nightwish. It's going to be great. Anyways, I did get my results back when I got home, and guess what? They're normal. There's nothing wrong. I don't have lung cancer and I'm not going to die. See? That is why you need to consider all possibilities, not just the really bad negative ones. You go ahead and consider those, but you need to make sure that you combat assuming the worst with the other possibilities. What else was I going to say? So, I don't know if you've seen the movie Inside Out, but there are different characters and they all are different emotions. There's joy, sadness, fear, and anger. And basically what depression is is when joy gets stuck somewhere in a crevice, lost, and sadness, depression, depre, anxiety, and disgust are running everything. You've lost your joy. So, when you have negative thoughts, you need to have a sort of, you need to have joy. You need to find your joy. You need to have a positive narrative somewhere. You need to find that, and you need to always have that. Even if you don't genuinely believe the positive things you're saying, you need to still have it there just to hear it. I don't know if that makes sense. Something else I want to talk about is negative self-talk. This is kind of similar but a little different because this has to do with like your self-esteem and stuff. So you might look in the mirror and you might be like, oh my god, I'm so ugly. I'm never gonna look like whatever celebrity you want to look like. And I'm so fat and whatever. Negative self-image. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, you can think those things about yourself, but for every bad thing you think about yourself, I want you to think about a good thing about yourself. It doesn't have to be how you look. How you look doesn't matter. One day you're going to be old and wrinkly and icky. We're all going to be old and wrinkly and icky. Oh, I don't want to think about it. That doesn't matter. Who you are matters. What you do matters. Your morale matters, your personality, how you treat other people, if you help other people, that's what matters. So if you look in the mirror and you see someone ugly, you need to seriously reconsider who you are and what you're doing in the world, and you need to remind yourself of those things, right? So for every bad thought you have about yourself, you need to have a positive thought about yourself. Like, I don't like my nose. My nose curves upward, and it looks like my dad's nose. And I don't like my nose at all. And I have a cramp in my foot, and it really hurts right now. Anyways, another thing is I have a cap on my front teeth. And it's discolored from all my other teeth. And I hate that. I absolutely hate it. Oh, okay. So yeah, I got my two negative things. So now I need two positive things. I always try to do my best what's right. And I care about how other people feel. And I show them I care. See? My nose and my tooth don't really seem to matter much anymore. Not to me, anyway. What else was I gonna say? So, these negative thoughts might always be there. Your whole life, they might always be there in your brain. But that's okay. As long as you find your joy, your positive self-narrative, and you rebuff and combat all those negative thoughts with positive responses, and always consider all the different possibilities and situations, you'll be fine. Goodbye.